Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Please take advantage of the premium membership that's on offer right now, okay, for the CoinsKid crew right there. So what I've done, I've introduced more content into that premium membership, okay, so I've added 2 indicators that are exclusive for the CoinsKid crew, the premium membership right there, and equally I've added all the data on CoinsKid.com, okay, so we've got macro signals on CoinsKid.com, we've got micro signals, we've equally got, an RSI heat map right there that's absolutely smashing it. So again, this is amazing content, trades, in, out, long, shorts, whatever, it's all there in the Discord as well. So it's an amazing community and amazing content. Please take advantage of that content, okay? So at the moment you can clearly see that this particular buy and sell indicator that I've made is absolutely smashing it. Look at that on Chainlink, look at it on XRP. We've got that beautiful move. That last buy signal right there is up way over 100%. Look at that. Equally for Solana just there, and right today I've just noticed this particular coin here is printing a lovely buy signal right there, just like that was there and just like that was there. So again, I've posted this in the Discord. This particular indicator will be exclusively accessed only for the CoinsKid crew right there. So yeah, get involved. The links are on CoinsKid.com and each and every single video description. Let's dive into the video right now. So taking a look at S&P 500 on the hourly time frame right now, this has been a beautiful trade right there. We've got support, and what we've done, we've broken out on the third point resistance here of a falling wedge. Now this is typically what we see: rising wedges lose support and break down on the third point support, falling wedges break out the resistance on the third point resistance. I've posted so many of these on the macro, I think for the daily and the weekly VeChain, Cardano. There's so many of these that are breaking out falling wedges right now, okay, crypto projects right there. So again, the more you see it on a zoomed out level, for example, I think we posted one way back in June or May, I think it was, on Maker. That was a monster move. Took a long time to play out because obviously it's on the macro, it's on the daily right there that I spotted that particular break of a resistance of a falling wedge. But like I've said to you, there are amazing opportunities to go long or spot buy with your stop loss on the previous third support low of the wedge basically, and you just ride it up, and this has been a beautiful trade. So the S&P 500 has bolted in some kind of V-shaped recovery when everyone's optimal bearish down here a few weeks ago. On this particular chart, I did relay this opportunity to you. We literally came 0.13% away from that green line, which is my bull market support. Look at that, and bounced like an absolute boss. So there's a possibility we've had a 5-wave correction. Like I said to you, the 5-wave counter is boss. Look, we've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5 overlapping zigzag waves. So that's a possibly A, B, C, D, E wave correction right there for the S&P 500. And right now we're beginning a new phase, a new monumental move here to potentially create the right shoulder of a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern, and then the big blow off top to that white line for this particular chart right now, the S&P 500. So we're looking at a minimal 5865. If we start to see the S&P take out 4603, I think we've got a blow off top here, which adds confluence to my theory that Bitcoin, XRP, Chainlink, all those projects are in a big final phase, a big push up, a monumental move that's going to come relatively quickly into next year, that's going to be completely unexpected. So like I said to you, there are clues in other charts, and this particular chart at the moment, providing it does what it continues to do here, it holds the support of this green line, we're looking good, okay? So like I said to you, I think on this particular chart we do have an inverse head and shoulder pattern, and we rode this like an absolute boss. When we came up to this neckline way back in July, I said to you, I think we'll come back, everyone's going to get really bearish. We start to come back up and create the right shoulder. We've got a massive inverse head and shoulders pattern there with a breakout target which is bang on that white line, which is equally confluence to the 1618 Fibonacci target. Look at this, from this low all the way to the previous high, boom, right on the money, blow off top. That's what I'm looking at for this particular chart. And we came all the way back down a few Fridays ago and bounced 0.13% away from my invalidation of such. So respecting this chart at the moment, the data not emotion, we're doing okay. So let's dive into the DXY right now. So taking a look at this particular chart then, the DXY, I think at the moment we are on this technical target, this yellow line. Now the invalidation of such will be taking out the red line, so I need to give you these targets. At the moment I think the technical target for the DXY is that yellow line, okay? So I think that's a key test for the DXY, and equally that's your invalidation of that being met. So at the moment I think that what we've got is a clear breakdown of this rising channel. We've back tested resistance of confirmed that resistance of that channel, and right now we're coming down the stairs. Now typically what we do see on the DXY and these def crosses is when we create them, we do rally back up into them to create the lower high, resistance confirm, and then we continue to drop. Okay, so the opposite right here, you get your golden cross, you come up, you fall back into it to confirm support, creating a high low, and then you come back up the stairs basically. So this has all happened before, and I've relayed this to you. But at the moment, I think the technical target, unless invalidated by taking out that high, is 103.82. Now, you know, at that point, when the DXY comes down like this and rolls, okay, and makes a lower high and starts to get to this point, this is an area of interest to me, okay, to take some profit on my Bitcoin longs, my spot positions, whatever. This will be a very interesting scenario to see what happens at that point. Does the, you know, the DXY have a massive V-shaped recovery? Possibly, and then we'll reevaluate at that time. But this at the moment, I'm just respecting the data, the breakdown of this channel right now. I think that, you know, the DXY has confirmed this resistance of the channel, and right now it's coming down, and you're making a series of lower lows here currently. So we're looking for the continuation of this level of resistance this high, okay? Obviously at the moment, I think if a DXY starts to come up prior to breaking that and takes out that high there, it could begin to spell a little bit of danger for the crypto markets right there, in the sense that we see a deeper pullback or a deeper retracement than we anticipate right now. But I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt, because of the, you know, the technical target that we're in right now, where we formed this channel, we've got really tight here. We broke down confirmed resistance, and we're looking like, you know, this is the target. So at the minute, I think, you know, we've got a beautiful opportunity here to just be patient, you know, ride this particular opportunity up on Bitcoin. If we do get another breakout to the upside for Bitcoin, then I do expect this position, you know, in this particular chart, to make the lower high and then roll, just like it's done many times before, okay? And I've gone through this with you. We've got the def cross just there, we came down, rallied to resistance, making the lower high, and then boom, we dropped. We've got the def cross just there, we came back into it to confirm, making a lower high, and then boom, we dropped, okay? Equally here on the macro, if we take a look way back last year, we've got the def cross just there, we came down, we rallied into confirm resistance, making a lower high, and then we dropped, didn't we? So this is a, you know, the situation I'm looking at, the opportunity I'm looking at, you know, for me, for Bitcoin. I can't get too bearish on it just yet until I start to see other things in other charts. So we'll dive into the Bitcoin chart right now and see what we can see. But at the moment, the technical target remains to me 103, 182, which I think once we get there, we need to see what's happening in crypto and Bitcoin at that time. You know, is it an opportunity to jump ship, take some profit, you know, and ride the, you know, retracement back up on this chart and inversely correlate to Bitcoin? This is something I'm trying to relay to you. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now and see what we can see, okay? So taking a look at the buy and sell indicator then for the CoinsKid crew that I've made. This is an amazing indicator. I'm really proud of this particular indicator, to be honest with you. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback on this particular indicator as well. So again, this is why I made this indicator, because I'm just trying to relay to you the data, not emotion, okay? The data is in the charts, and this is why I spent a long time developing this particular indicator, because again, if you're respecting the emotion, it's going to get the better of you, okay? And again, just rely on data, not emotion. This is something I do stress in the channel, okay? So at the moment, it is in a beautiful buy signal, and there is a little bit of confluence within, you know, the data that we see here, that we could be round about here, okay? And I've gone through this many times with you before, and again, if we're just respecting the data and not emotion of this particular indicator, this has nailed it. So if we take a look at this moment here in 2019, we came up with that massive impulsive move, okay? Then we printed the red signal, the sell signal at that point, okay? Then you come all the way back down, got another buy signal, come up, and then boom, we dropped like an absolute stone. But one thing to remember here, in this particular indicator, it never printed the red signal. It never printed the sell, did it? The red dot. That's the sell indicator, that's the buy indicator, okay? So it's called the buy and sell indicator from CoinsKid. And right now, what we did on that Corona dump, we come all the way back up and printed another buy signal. So this is really important, what happened here. You need to pay attention to what happened here in this indicator, because I think it's happened just there. So this is confluence, that this particular leg that we've gone through right now is the same as this leg here, and right now this is an impulsive move coming up effectively, okay? And we're at the same stage as we were there. So I'm looking at this, a potential scenario that we've got this rinse repeat of this leg here, which we've just done here within the buy and sell indicator as well. So if you respect this, okay, it came up, told you to sell, buy, come back, never told you to sell, buy, and then you come back down again. Again, at this point, it never told you to sell. When you come back down here, oh no, it's going to zero, it told you to buy again. And at this point, you come all the way back up. It wasn't until this point here, way back in December of 2021, that actually printed the sell signal. So it came all the way down like this. You got a little in, out, buy, sell, look at that, and then boom, the big drop. And it wasn't until it turned the corner and started to print this buy signal early January right here that you've had the fruits of this labor. But if you take a look at this buy signal here came up, sell signal, buy signal, never got another sell signal, you printed another buy signal. So effectively, from that low there, you printed buy, sell, buy, buy. So from this low here, you printed buy, sell, buy, buy. So it's very similar at the moment. The confluence of the fact that I think we might have this monumental move here is lining up in this particular indicator as well. So if we take a look at this, if we are at the same point where we were there, we could be on the cusp of a major vertical here, and this indicator is leading us down that path basically. So again, until we start to see some kind of rollover or a sell signal here in this particular indicator, I will remain in my positions on Bitcoin. But again, obviously anything can happen until I start to see a sell signal in this indicator. That is one of the confidence in factors that, I will actually think about selling my positions in Bitcoin. So again, this is a beautiful indicator. I mean, I'm really proud of this, and thank you for the feedback. You can get access to this indicator through the links on CoinsKid.com and in each and every single video description. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, I think the big macro move is your third point of support was your last support of the wedge, and then your third point of resistance is the breakout, back to see you later. So I think we're in a full retracement to each point of contact. There will be resistance along the way, and that's the journey that we take, okay? But so far so good. Respecting the data, it looks as though we're charging towards the targets, okay? So I'm looking for a break of the all-time high, and then I'm looking for a move up there, and I'll relay them targets to you, in time. But at the moment, just respecting the moves that we're doing here, we're ticking out this resistance, confirming its support. We've got compression just there, led to expansion. Right now we're breaking out. So respectfully at the moment, until we start to lose structure here, I think Bitcoin's looking pretty impulsive, to be honest with you. So let's zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame to see what we can see for Bitcoin, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame, from left to right, we're getting compressed again. Do you see this? So there's some kind of expansion that's going to occur here for Bitcoin. So we've got this compression, we've got support just there as well. So possibly come up into resistance, making that high. And right now we're getting compressed from left to right. Do you see that? So again, you've got this ascending level support, you've got this horizontal level resistance. So this could be some kind of ascending triangle that's beginning to emerge for Bitcoin, okay? And usually, typically, we do break it on this third point of resistance. So if we do start to break this and take off like this, then opportunity is here to go long, basically, and we just ride this wave together. But at the minute, if you are looking for a very minimal risk trade, okay, we could just be patient and wait for a pullback for another test of support on this neckline, at which point you could put your stop loss on a previous pivot low, and that's where your invalidation of this selling triangle is if you're looking to long this market. So what I'm looking for is a break above that level resistance. I think if Bitcoin starts to take that out, again, you could go long with your stop loss on a previous pivot low to invalidate the trade, basically. So we're looking for a close above 36014 on a 4-hourly time frame. I think Bitcoin's getting a breakout continuation here, and what we've done, we've come up, and from left to right we're getting compressed, looking for the continuation of this uptrend basically for Bitcoin, okay? So one of the key things I'm looking for as well, is obviously in the short term, I will flip a little bit bearish on Bitcoin if we do start to lose this ascending support, we start to break down, turn it into resistance. At that point I would most definitely entertain a short, okay? Potentially all the way back down to there as support, okay? That trend line, let me drop that in for you. That will be my buyback zone. That would be my TP point as well if we do start to break down here, because remember, there's no bias, anything can happen. These compression patterns don't always break out to the upside, they can break down, and if they do start to break down, I will entertain a short coming all the way down. At this point, go short and retest the resistance with my stop on the previous pivot high, and at that point I'll ride it down, and buy back at 31029, where I expect a big boy bounce because of the God candle breakout. Really simple. But these God candle back tests, just because of they don't always get met, okay, but they are always on the radar. If we do break down, this is where 9 times out of 10 you will see the big boy bounce for Bitcoin, okay? And the vast majority of altcoins right there. So I'm just trying to ride the waves with you, but at the minute I think that what we've got from left to right, compression lead to expansion, there's a little bit more, the fact that we have come up into it, compression lead to expansion, we do get continuation right now for Bitcoin. So at the minute, if you are looking to long this market, you could take a risk here, very minimal risk trade right now to look to long this market. You could build some positions and put your stop loss on that pivot low. So that pivot low right now to invalidate your long positions would be 3452. So from this point right now, if you was to jump into a long position, you'll be looking at a very, very minimal risk trade here, very minimal risk loss, around about 2.48% for a monumental move here. If we get the continuation this year, which is something I'm looking at, which is around about 47k at a minimal target, and this is a target I was giving you way back when in September when everyone was really bearish. 34% for a very minimal risk trade here of 2.48% on Bitcoin, okay, to just build some long positions on buy bit, get whatever, a very minimal risk trade right there. Because if this compression plays out, compression lead to expansion, we're looking for a big break relatively soon, and that would be my minimal target for the remainder of the year right there, around about 47k, isn't it? That's sort of 786, 50k mark as well, and that's a very, very strong area of resistance to me that I will potentially look to take some profit as well, okay, off the table basically. So far so good, we're riding this wave. So again, you can do this, you can go long, you can go short, all on buy bit gets entirely up to you. Amazing sign up bonuses, but remember, don't be an over leveraged degen, don't go in with life savings, ride these waves together and let's make this money, okay? So at the moment, stop loss at the moment 34542, and again, if it starts to roll, very minimal risk trade right now, 2.48% loss for a potential 34% gain. Now I've been relaying that target, that 47k target, for many moons, all the way since January this year when we did break out. So we're getting really close to that target right now being met, okay? And I was relaying this to you way back down here as well. We had the 5 waves down on this low in September, remember I said to you it's an amazing opportunity. I kept relaying this to you, and so far from that opportunity that we identified, the 5 waves up, the pullback roughly around about there, wasn't it? We're currently up a whopping 34%, and with the potential to go roughly 82%, and the loss again was very, very minimal, wasn't it, for Bitcoin, which I was relaying at the time. So far so good. Long may it continue. I wish everyone the most luck. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.